So Nikki Haley is going to give way to the white male oppressor, Christian fascist. Right, Nikki? Going to stay with your tradition, huh? Give way to the white male bastard. Oh, my God, these people. And, of course, the Orange Vomit himself, he canceled the little speech he was going to give yesterday, the press briefing or whatever he was going to say. I guess because too many reporters wanted to be credentialed to stand in front of this filthy buck and ask him questions. And, you know, the first rule, or among the top 2 or 3 rules of a dictator, is don't ever, 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 ever allow yourself to be questioned by anything even remotely resembling an independent press. Be like Putin. When you have a press in your country that doesn't follow the rules of a dictatorship, kill the motherfuckers. Track them down, the individual reporters, and kill them. Shoot them in the hallway outside their apartment buildings. Poison them as they're attending a rally somewhere. Assassinate them as they're leaving the country. But don't ever allow questions to be asked that might point out the fact that you're a dictator son of a bitch. So that's why Trump canceled everything yesterday. Oh, no. But not to worry, he's going to hold a rally later on this month out in Arizona, which is becoming the place in this country where they're going to stick the tube if they ever decide to give America an enema. What the fuck has happened to Arizona? Wow. Okay. So Trump, being the cowardly lump of shit that he is, turned tail and run because he, you know, either that or he knows the rules from the dictator's handbook. Don't ever fucking stand in front of an independent press. Oh, never. So how he did that, his stand-ins, this child raping Matt Gaetz of Florida, during an appearance with the psycho bitch from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they both went on a podcast hosted by the dumpster dweller, Steve Bannon. And Gaetz said, quote, "We're ashamed of nothing. We're proud of the work that we did on January 6th to make legitimate arguments about election integrity." Wouldn't you like to just have maybe 20 minutes alone in a locked room with Matt Gaetz and a baseball bat? Jesus Christ, I would. Wouldn't that be fun? You know, you could bat a ball back and forth. Why? What'd you think I meant? And then Gaetz, or the Q bitch, Green, slammed Ted Cruz, a real Christian Nazi of the highest order, because Cruz characterized the anniversary as an event marking, quote, a violent terrorist attack on the Capitol. That's what Cruz referred to the January 6, 2021 event. He said that on Wednesday. And then yesterday, the Q bitch, Marjorie Taylor Greene, from here in Georgia, accused Cruz of disrespecting what the Q bitch called MAGA patriots and people that rioted at the Capitol and did breach the Capitol. That's how she put it. Jesus Christ. Shame on Ted Cruz, she said. And then Cruz later, after being threatened by the Q bitch, which that's what it was, a threat, he went on the Fox sewer to walk back his comments, and he said his phrasing was sloppy and frankly dumb. What he said was that the event itself was, quote, a violent terrorist attack on the Capitol. And then later, well, that's what he said on Wednesday. And then after the Q bitch pulled out a razor blade and started looking at his crotch, Cruz went on the Fox sewer and said, wait. My phrasing was sloppy and frankly dumb. I really didn't mean that. Well, and by the way, if you need any further proof that the Republican Party has become the party of Trump and the Christian Fascist Party, that came into focus most clearly as the war criminal Dick Cheney paid the unexpected visit to the Capitol to support his daughter. Liz Cheney, who is on the Select Committee, has become one of the most vocal of Trump critics. And he was asked what he made of the Republican leadership's handling of the anniversary. And he was glib in his assessment of an institution that has all but been remade in Trump's image. Cheney, who also is a former member of Congress, he told reporters, quote, "It's not a leadership that resembles any of the folks I knew when I was here for 10 years. He also said this, quote, "The importance of January 6th as an historic event cannot be overstated. I am deeply disappointed at the failure of many members of my party to recognize the grave nature of the January 6th attacks and the ongoing threat to our nation." Okay, so we give him props for going that far? And Karl Rove, who was the deputy chief of staff in the Bush administration, but he was also one of the many Svengalis who whispered into Trump at points during the 2020 campaign. And Karl Rove wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal addressing those in his own party, quote, "who for a year have excused the actions of the rioters who stormed the Capitol, disrupted Congress as it received the Electoral College's results, and violently attempted to overthrow the election. There can be no soft peddling what happened and no absolution for those who planned, encouraged, and aided the attempt to overthrow our democracy. Love of country demands nothing less. That's true patriotism," end quote. That came bubbling out of the fingertips and into the computer and then into the op-ed at the Wall Street Journal from Karl Rove. Karl Rove! Well, I wonder how long it will be now before the Q bitch from here in Georgia and the child raper from Florida, Marjorie Greene, and the Gates boy, how soon will it be before they start attacking now or trying to slice and dice Karl Rove, the evil Karl Rove, the particularly evil Karl Rove? Karl Rove, Dick Cheney, Jesus Christ. Who's next? Ari Fleischer? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com. And never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.